People might be surprised to find out how Nazareth began. A gentleman named Dennis Hadley was on his way home one night, and he saw in the lane right by his house there was a man dying. And he said to his wife, Lucille, let's take him home. That night he died. But the fact is, he died but had no next of kin, no papers, no name. He was anonymous. And so Dennis called me and said, would you do his funeral? I said, sure. I should say that that was all it took for me to become involved with Nazareth House. Nazareth means simply the place where we see that Jesus grew up. But that's not what it is really. It's more than that. It's more than that because Charles de Foucauld was a desert person who was a saintly person who saw Nazareth as being a place where we could find a home. And that's why Jesus found his home in Nazareth. And so the name was given to us by Dennis, and Dennis had that same attitude that there was always room for one more. Didn't matter who you were. And so Dennis began Nazareth House by finding that one man in the lane, and then began to develop a home called Nazareth House. Anne's house was a little different. Anne's house began because of Robin Burns, whose sister Anne had some mental problems during her life. And Robin said to us at the board meeting, why don't we start something for women? That's all it took, and here we are with a home for 28 women. So it's one of the things I've always said, don't have lunch with Father John Walsh because you don't know what the next thing is that he'll involve you in. So that's how life begins sometimes, and that's how it began with Dennis Hadley. Dennis began Nazareth House, and I'm sure if he were still alive, he'd be absolutely delighted at the progress and to know that there is an Anne's House for women. It's been a great 40-some years that I've been involved with Nazareth House, and I have treasured every moment, and I still, every time come here, the residents teach me much more than I teach them. They're transparent, they're open, they are who they are, and it tells me, you know, am I as transparent as they are, am I as much me as I should be? And so every time I come, I'm reflecting on not only their lives, my life, but life in general. So it's a great way. Come and visit us.